What's up, you guys? Kirsty Snyder here, ready to rock for Focus Friday. It is the 7th of June. If you're seeing the replay after the 7th of June, please put replay in the comments below if you don't see that red light button in the corner. Now, you are here for a purpose. You are here on the funnel team because you decided you were made for more. That's why we do trainings every single week. That is why it is so important to be in proximity on purpose for how you can create success for what is possible for your life, okay? Jocelyn, shush, shush, shush. We have a special guest today, as you can probably hear or see in the corner on accident. TFT Facebook group right now, baby. Someone's asking where the Focus Friday is. All right, if you can hear and see me, please put a 2 in the comments. Put a 2 in the chat if you're with me right now live at noon on the 7th of June. What's up? What's up? Hi, guys. How you doing? Okay, let me just pull it up here. All right, we got Nicole in the house. We have Beth. We have Celeste, Jason, all you guys. What's up, my friend? Shannon, good to see ya. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, what city, state, or what country. Rashila, great to have you. Nicole, what's up, girl? Renee, Ted, Teeple. Is that how you say it? Let me know. Now, listen. We are constantly doing things to improve everything that we can within the funnel team, within you selling your GFIM membership, within you guys being able to move forward into more abundance, more success, more everything. And if you're down for that, just put the word yes, ma'am in the chat right now for me. Let me know. Let me know, yes, ma'am. Okay. Now, let's see. Can I share this? Copy link. Let me see if I can share this with someone who's asking. Hold on. We are live right now. All right. I don't know how to tag her, darn it. So, just want you guys to know we're always doing something that is forward momentum, that is constantly progressing you into more abundance, into more time freedom, into more success within your business. Yes? If you're good with that, drop the word business for me in the chat, okay? Even those on the replay, if you're live, well, I guess if you're on the replay, you're not live. If you don't see the red light button in the corner, put something of success in the comments. Now, a question I love asking, especially on our weekly webinars, how much do you want to make in the next 30 days? How much do you want to make in the next 30 days? What would mean something to you if you were to have an extra amount of income? And I'm not saying say something outlandish and wild. If you have 0 sales, don't be the person who's like, I want to make $10,000. Yes, you can. Is it rare? 100%. Especially if you just started like this week or yesterday or an hour ago and whatever, right? Now, the reason it's rare is because the majority, the majority of people are not willing to do what it takes to actually get there. They're not willing to do what it takes. They show up to something like this and they say, oh, yeah, I got this. I'm here. I'm doing all the things. But their behavior does not match their results, right? You ever look at someone who's absolutely brilliant? You're like, you have all the credential, all the knowledge in the world, and yet their results, especially when it comes to financial, are inferior to what it is they're so great on, right? They know better. They don't do it. Why? How can you this day, this weekend, close the gap from what you know and what you go do? Because the majority of us are totally in awareness for all the knowledge we have. We are so good about dissecting. Yep, this is what I'm good at. Yep, this is how it is. Yep. And then we don't do the thing. We just affirm it. We just talk about it. We don't actually do it. Why? What can you do today? What can you do tomorrow? What can you do through this weekend that would allow you to what? Close the gap from what you know and what you go do. Rather than talking, you're actually walking. Rather than preaching, you're actually doing. Yeah? Everything that we teach inside of TFT is not just proven to work. It's that we are doing it ourselves. We're doing it ourselves. Imagine if I was just an admin for this group and I said, hey, go live. Hey, go, post this video. Hey, go clone this. Hey, go follow up this way and engage this way and whatever. If I personally, careful. If I personally was not doing that, you could not take me as serious, right? You couldn't take me as seriously because I am not doing that. I'm not practicing what I preach. And the difference with TFT, one of the biggest differences with TFT compared to any other at-home business, any other side hustle, is the people who are getting results are doing it. They aren't just telling you to do it. They're doing it themselves, so you could take it more seriously, right? Otherwise, if I just said, hey, go live today. Hey, do this on TikTok. Hey, do that on Facebook. Hey, post a story on Instagram. Oh my gosh, this is how you do a YouTube video. If we were not doing it ourselves and we were just selling you material for what you could do instead of what is true to work, you would never be getting results. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, drop the word yes in the comments right now. Even those on the replay, boost it back into the algorithm for me. Participate as if you were live, okay? Now, on top of that, we specifically have how many days left to qualify for the cruise, guys? How many days left until you are done with qualifying for the cruise? You have, anyone know? It's the 30th of June. Let's do the math. What's 30 minus 7? You have 23 days. Let's say 24 because the day is not over. You have 24 days, 3.5 weeks to qualify for the cruise. Are you in awareness for how to get there? And are you doing what it takes to get there, to intentionally 110% be there? Or are you a person who's just going to comment right now and say, oh, yeah, the cruise, 24 days. I got this. I have like 3.5 weeks. 3.5 weeks, yes. It took me, this is actually a very ironic example. And hear me out because I have a bit more to this story, okay? It took me 3.5 weeks to make my first ever $20 online. Totally different at-home business. It was like a weird affiliate program that whatever. And it took me 3.5 weeks. I had no help. My sponsor at the time completely ghosted me. When I got inside, I was upsold up to $5,000 worth of the money that I did not have. It took me 3.5 weeks to make my first ever $20. And from there, 30 days later, I did $7,700. But why the freak am I telling you that? Because if you actually have the tenacity and the mindset and the knowledge, because you do, you have TFT for how to go qualify for the cruise, for how to just go get 4 global sales. 4 global sales and you qualify for the cruise. 4 global sales, that's it. I've done that in a day. You could do that in a week. You could do that in 3.5 weeks, couldn't you? But does your belief match your behavior? Are you actually fusing and integrating both of them together? Because we know a lot. We don't go do the thing. We know we're made for more. We say it. We love showing up and like preaching it to ourselves, to other people in a public forum like this, in our team. We know it, but we don't go do the thing. It doesn't actually match the result of what we are talking about, right? So take some inventory for yourself. If you're bold, comment in the comments right now, no filter. What comes to mind when I say, what can you do now? What can you do starting today and through this weekend to close the gap of what you know and what you go do? What can you do? What can you be aware of? What can you avoid? What can you edit out of your life? That's a good one. What can you edit out of your life that can close the gap for what you know and what you go do? Think about it, you guys. You know you best. You know how you're going to show up. And there are essential things in your life that you are either A, not doing, or B, avoiding because you're scared, that it's uncomfortable, that it's new, that you're inferior. But every single person started at nothing. Every single person who is here, including myself, started with 0 following, 0 know-how, 0, I don't even know how to post a video. When I started 2.5, 3 years ago, I didn't even have a TikTok account. I didn't know how to post on Instagram. I really didn't. I got Instagram about 7 years ago because my younger sister at the time, I was, newly married and, she wanted to follow my life and she wasn't on Facebook. She's like, get an Instagram so I can know what's going on with you, right? And I had to start at 0. When I took 3.5 weeks to make my first ever $20 online, I had no help. I had to build a funnel. I had no experience when it came to what the heck is email auto responding. Go live, yeah, the freak right. Like, it was not a thing. And then, because of my persistence, because of my I will do what it takes to do this and to make it work and to not fall victim to the person who ghosted me. Wow, they didn't help me. Oh, I'm going to sit here like a lug. No. You've got 3.5 weeks to absolutely explode, to absolutely make it happen. Is your belief, the things you're saying right now on this video, the things that you showed up for on Teachable Tuesday and the daily hangout with Daniel and the mindset mastery. Holy freak, are you in that? It's been going for 90 days. We have 24 days left. Well, I guess it's the one today post about an hour ago. So 23 days left of mindset mastery. Are you even involved with that? Are you actually fusing your belief with your behavior? Are you actually doing the thing? Or are you just showing up and cheering yourself on and you still don't have the result? Does that make sense? Now, if that stings a little and you're like, oh, but I'm trying so hard and I don't have the result. Do it or not, there is no try. You know 110%, you know 110% that there is something either A, you're avoiding, or something B, that you're not yet doing. But you have all the knowledge. You have every single piece for what could land me 4 global sales in a day. You literally have all of that formula inside of the TFT training. So what are you avoiding? What are you not yet doing that you have the knowledge for, but you're not doing? You got to take inventory on that. You have to figure that out for yourself. Otherwise, here in a week, here in a month, when now it's beyond the qualification for the cruise, you're going to be like, next time, right? And some of you guys will do everything that you're learning in the Mindset Mastery, that you're learning in the 90-day blitz, that you're learning here on things like Focus Friday. You're going to literally do it all. And then it's just about time, which sucks. And some people, you know who you are. You're like, time is not on my side. I have the skills. I have the discipline. You're doing the things. You're not avoiding anything. And yet you don't have the result yet. Why is that? You could argue that it's time. That's the logic in you. That's what I just said. But the truth is you don't yet believe it enough. So your action might be there. You might be the opposite of what a knowing doing gap is. You do all the things, but you haven't yet known and fully embraced that you're made for more. So subconsciously you're settling. And if you subconsciously settle, your actions speak that, and you're not going to attract people who take action because you don't believe in you enough. Okay? So adopt my belief in you right now today. Accept a new belief in an instant. You are made for more. Don't let anyone or anything ever deter you from that. And then allow your action to match it up so that your results speak loudly. Okay? Drop that in the chat right now. I want my results to speak loudly. I want my results to speak loudly. I'm so happy and grateful now that every move I make gives me the result of income I want. Write that down if you're an affirmation junkie. If every single time you did an action in anything within this business and it landed you an income result, do you think you'd ever resist any of the action steps that we teach? Probably not. You wouldn't. So accept that new belief in an instant. I am so happy and grateful now that every action I take gives me an income result, gives me my desired income result, whatever, okay? Because you are made for more. But if your results physically are not saying that, you don't actually believe that yet. So adopt my belief in you until you can believe it yourself. Deal? Put deal in the chat if you're good with that, okay? And then last but not least, please make sure that you register for Teachable Tuesday. Register for Teachable Tuesday right now, right away, okay? Register for Teachable Tuesday because the things that we've got cooking for you are going to, what? As always, explode your business and give you momentum, just like I said at the beginning of this video. If you got value from things we talked about today, please drop a yes in the chat right now for me and register now for Teachable Tuesday. You guys know where to go. Feel free to drop the link in the chat right now if you want to so someone can click and go. Otherwise, you know where to go. Don't hurt it for yourself. Make sure that your team, active paying members of TFT and this GFU membership, are there with you. because it is about the impact. It is about you being a specific and meaningful and mindful person inside of this business. Is that fair? Zig Ziglar said it best. Are you a wandering generality or are you a meaningful specific? Are you a wandering generality or are you a meaningful specific? Which one? Because a wandering generality would be okay to be in conformity. They would just go with the masses. They would hear the one thing negative about TFT or GFU and they'd be like, oh yeah, they're right. And then they wonder why they are where they are financially, right? Because they're a wandering generality. They have no mindfulness in the actions they take or why they don't take them, what they're editing out of their life and what they chop up as essential, right? If you understand how essential you are, if you understand how meaningfully, what am I saying? Meaningly, whatever. If you understand how specific you are and how meaningful you are inside of this business, if you understand why it is you started, not just, oh, I got to do it for my kids. Oh, I got to make more because, I deserve more. Like, yeah, sure. You and everyone else. But why? Why do you want to do it for your kids? Well, because I need to provide for them. Why? Well, because I know what it's like to not be provided for. Why? Well, because when I was a kid and did it, like you have to continue asking yourself why. Otherwise, you are never going to be a meaningful specific. Ever. You will never be a meaningful specific. Ever. You will always be a wandering generality because you just like conformity rather than courage. Okay? Does that make sense? Let me know. Drop the phrase makes sense if you feel me. Now, last but not least, we do the webinars every single week. We do the webinars every single week because that is what's converting right now. If you are not using the exact formula for getting people on the webinar, holy freak, please go to the vault. You guys know that link. It's literally in your Fast Start guide. Go to the vault and actually start doing the freaking work. Okay? Your future self will thank you. And we'll see you on Mindset Monday. Make it a good weekend. Find the gap for what you know and what you need to go do. And if you're doing all the things and you know there's nothing that you're forfeiting, that you're scared of, that you're not yet doing, whatever, you gotta increase the belief in you. And if you don't yet believe in yourself the way that you know you need to in order to make $1,000 a day and more, adopt my belief in you for the time until you believe it yourself so hard. Okay? We'll see you guys in the group here in just a bit. Catch the replay at focusfridayreplays.com, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.